Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is I'm going to talk about my fairy encounters. Yes, I've seen fairies with my own eyes. I have seen them. I do know about them, and I'm also going to talk about my experiences that I've had with them. So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. So let's get started. So, definitely like fairies, like what are they? I want to say fairies, they are like, like Tinkerbell, like they're like little small like humans with wings and but they have pointy ears and stuff like that. Usually they are depicted with butterfly wings or like dragonfly wings and stuff like that. Yeah, let me talk about like kind of how I got interested into fairies and then how I ended up seeing them and everything like that. Yeah. Um, so I want to say when I was young, definitely like Disney. I was super into Disney. I love Tinkerbell. I think Tinkerbell is like really cool, really amazing, stuff like that. And I always thought it was really cool to, like a little small person with like wings, I just thought that was like really cool. And then also too, the show Winx Club. Winx Club was like this little like girls cartoon where it was like these like girls would they went to magical school and then they would transform into like human size like fairies and they had these cool powers and stuff like that. So I was just really like interested. I was always interested in fairies, butterflies. I was always obsessed with butterflies growing up. I still am obsessed with butterflies. Yeah, anything butterflies, I was just obsessed with. So definitely, I felt like that was like a connection or anything, or I felt like that was like a connection and stuff. So after like going through like my angels experiences and also seeing like ghosts and spirits and stuff, I really thought like, one day I just kind of thought, I was like, what if like fairies, mermaids, elves, goblins, like what if that stuff is real too? Like, I've already seen angels, I've already seen spirits and ghosts and stuff. So why not fairies be real? The stories have been around forever, like dragons too. I'm like, what if dragons are real? Like the stories have been around for eons. Like, I mean, there's a reason why we still tell these stories. I mean, I think there's some truth to it. Um, so yeah, so basically I went on the web, I went on YouTube and I started seeing people's videos about like fairies, like fairy magic, and also too like fairies, like not fairies that are spelled Fairy, but fairies, like the Fae, Faery, the Fae. These are like the real fairies, like the real deal fairies. I would always see like sparks of light in the corner of my eye, um, you know, or I'll feel like there's something moving in my hair. And I would go through my hair and I'm thinking it's a bug, but physically there's nothing there, but energetically they're fairies. They like to be in your hair and stuff, and that's kind of like how they would let me know that they were there, that they would be in my hair and I would feel them moving and stuff. Um, so kind of about like fairies, like what they are, and so fairies are actually they're elemental beings. They are nature spirits. So you know how we have angels and stuff. Fairies, they actually there's different types of fae. You got light worker fairies, nature fairies, water fairies, all a light fairy, sun fairy. Like there's so many different types of like fairies that that work with nature and stuff. um you also can have like animal fairies. So what they are is that they're basically spirits. They're energy beings. So they kind of they live on this planet, but they are spirits. You can't really see them with your physical to the naked eye, I want to say. They only show themselves to people that they know won't hurt them, and also too they feel comfortable. If they feel comfortable with you and stuff. For me, how I seen them, so I remember going on YouTube and there were people claiming to have seen them and stuff, and they talked about their experiences with them. Like some of their items disappeared, and then like months later, it reappeared like on the floor of their bed. I'm gonna talk about like my experiences that I've had with them. So, how you want to like make contact with fairies and how to see them and stuff is that you want to just start talking to them. Just start talking to them, like, hey, fairies, like, just wanted to see how you guys were doing. Because you talking to them, number one, because that's acknowledgement. You're acknowledging them, and they like that stuff. Also too, if you leave like honey out for them, like a little bit of honey, they like that stuff too. And then I started doing that. And then one night, like around dusk time, I want to say around like 6 to like 7, 8 o'clock at night, that's when like their energy is really like around dusk time. That's when they really come out. I don't know why, but their energy is really strong at that time. So I remember coming home from school and I remember talking to them and stuff. And then I started seeing like colors. I started seeing things darting in the corner of my eye and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I want to say like while I was coming home from school, I was doing like my homework late at night because I did sports and stuff. So the only time I could do it was late at night. So I remember seeing the fairies sitting at the dining room table, and then all of a sudden I saw um, these. They weren't physical. They were showing me physical, but they were definitely humanoid, like they were small and they were human shape. I didn't see details on their face or their body, but they definitely had like a humanoid body shape. And then they had these dragonfly wings. Like they had these four like wings, like, and they were dragonfly wings. I've never seen fairies with clairvoyantly. I've seen them with butterfly wings, but physically I've seen them, and there was a whole cluster of them. There were like about 30, 50 of them flying around in my house. And this sounds so crazy. This sounds super crazy. This sounds like really insane. This sounds like I'm crazy or something like that. But honestly, I'm just gonna say my experience and what I've seen. I've seen them. There was like 30 to like 50 of them. There was a whole like colony, like a cluster of them, and they were just appearing and then disappearing. And I seen them, and they had dragonfly wings. They did not have butterfly wings. I've never seen them with butterfly wings. Only when I would like astral travel, like astral project, I would see them with butterfly wings. But physically, I saw them with dragonfly wings. And then later I found out like there's different species of fae. Like there's pixies, there's fairies, and um, I want to say there was like another one. I don't know. I don't remember the other one, but yeah, there's different species. So I didn't know. Um, so that was kind of like my experience. They would appear and then they would disappear. And then I remember while I was like developing my clairaudience and stuff, I started like hearing them, like talking to them. Like I started hearing like bells, I want to say like little bells, and that's usually a sign that they're there, like little music and stuff. Um I also want to say too, like I remember I would talk to this one fairy, and he was a light worker fairy. So light worker fairies, they are like energy healers. So they use like energy healing to like help with like people, stuff like that. So I remember I was in school and I was really depressed. I was really sad and depressed. And I remember I would talk to this one fairy, and he was super nice to me. He would talk to me all the time, and I would always see like this blue energy, like this blue energy would just appear and then disappear. And then he would tell me that, oh, that's me. I'm just saying hello, stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I remember I was in class and I was super depressed. And then he told me to stop being depressed and like to be happy. And then all of a sudden, you guys, I felt my depression like lift. I felt it like dissolving, like disappearing. I cannot explain that, but I just thought that was so weird and crazy. And I felt better. And he told me, he said, I took away your depression. I swapped it out for like I gave you energy healing. So I thought that was really really cool. Definitely that's crazy because we can do Reiki, and that's like energy healing and stuff too. So I thought that was really cool how he emotionally healed me. Um, so that was also like another sign of like fairies and stuff. And people that tend to kind of like do magic, like witchcraft and stuff. Usually they have like fae around them and stuff. Also too, like I want to say, yeah, when I was at my grandmother's house, my great grandmother, she passed away, but she lived out in the country and she had a gigantic garden full of vegetables, flowers, really huge garden. And I remember I was in her garden picking weeds, and all of a sudden started looking. I see this black, shadowy, humanoid figure just standing there floating, and it had these dragonfly wings. And I remember just looking at it and I was like, oh, hi, and because I was already so psychically open and stuff. So then I kind of just look away and then I look back and it was gone. I didn't even see it anymore. So I thought that was really cool how it appeared, and it had the dragonfly wings too. I've never seen them with butterfly wings. Physically, I've never seen a fairy with butterfly wings, but I've definitely have seen them. Um, they're very interesting beings. I remember one time, I think I was like picking up trash and stuff, like picking up trash and, just trying to make the earth a better place, a healthy environment and stuff. And I remember the next day talking to the fairies and stuff. I remember going to sleep and I woke up and at the edge of my bed, like I got up from my bed and I looked on the floor and I see a thing of cotton, like wild cotton, on the floor of my bed. And I don't even know how that got there. I don't even live near a cotton field or anything like that. So I just thought that was really cool. That's them letting me know. And that was definitely a gift from the Fae and stuff. And I remember finding like things in my room, like an acorn one time, or finding like a leaf in my room. And I don't even know how those things even got there. Which I don't even live by trees with acorns on them. So I've seen like stuff like that show like appeared in my room, which I thought that was really cool. Um, and I know cotton is a very valuable like item because that's where our clothes come from. So to see like a ball of cotton on the floor, that was definitely a gift, and I thought that was really cool. Um, but yeah, so definitely I don't know, this sounds like a little woo-woo, a little crazy or whatever, but honestly, I'm going to speak my truth. This is what I've seen. I've seen fairies. I've had communication with them. Also, too, like when I first started talking to them and stuff, I would hear voices, like telepathic thoughts. Like I saw like a like a movie poster and it was like The Rock on it and he was riding like a Pegasus. And then all of a sudden I heard a voice in my head saying like, oh my God, how embarrassing, because it was like a very masculine man riding like a unicorn with wings. That I thought that was really weird because I was like, that's not me, but that was me picking up on them. That was them talking to me. They were implanting thoughts, like voices that I was hearing. So I thought that was like really cool. Also, I felt like them in my hair and stuff like that. So definitely, it's really interesting. The Fae definitely do exist, and because I've seen fairies and stuff, I know for sure mermaids and elves and things like that exist too. So yeah, definitely. If you guys have any questions about like the fan stuff, you can definitely leave questions down below in the comments and I can answer them to the best of my ability. But also too, like going through this psychic journey and stuff, I've talked to other psychics too, and they've said that they've seen fairies too. And I know in Ireland, like the veil is a lot thinner in Ireland and Scotland and stuff, and the Celtic, they believe in like fairies too, and so definitely they believe, in the Fae and stuff too, and I've seen them here. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm really thankful for that experience and seeing that. It definitely lets me know that like, wow, there's beings that live with us and stuff. So I also want to say too, like fairies, they're like angels too, but they tend to work with like the animal kingdom and stuff. Like they're angels for the animal kingdom, but they also too they will interact and talk to humans too. And also too they like to play around and play jokes and stuff. But I think once you build a really good rapport with like a certain particular fairy or a fairy that you constantly talk to or see, um, yeah, they will definitely um, be more genuine, I feel like, and talk to you and stuff. So, um, but yeah, so definitely I want to say, um, what else I want to say about the Fae? The Fae, they're really hmm, I don't know, but definitely if you want to talk to them and stuff, just start talking to them. They will make themselves known to you. And yeah. So if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical. Mwah.